You guys can call us right now if you want. We're here. 877-77-BOBBY. That's the phone number. 877-77-BOBBY. Let's go to Valerie right now. Hey, Valerie, what's going on with you?
Whole lot. Good morning, studio.
Morning.
So last night I got on Instagram, and I followed Bobby for a year that I started listening to the podcast and the radio show, and Amy had posted something. So I clicked to see what Amy looked like. I had no clue, and that led down a rabbit hole. And then she was exactly what I expected her to look like. But Lunchbox is not what I expected him to look like.
Well, so what did you expect Lunchbox to look like?
He's got this big, deep voice and, this attitude to match. So I figured there was like this 300-pound bearded guy with a ball hat on backwards in the room. And Raymundo, I did not expect him to be such a pretty boy.
So Lunchbox you thought would be bigger but is scrawny. And Ray you thought would be more bro and less pretty.
Right. Like, I think in the 80s he would have a popped collar for sure.
Who, Ray? And right now he would. Right now Ray pops his collar.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, hey, thanks for... were you disappointed? Do you feel like we're uglier than you thought?
No. It's like reading a book, and then you see the movie, and you're like, that's not what I pictured.
Okay. I'm not sure how to take this call, if this is a compliment or not. But, well, Valerie, thank you. Anything else that you'd like to say?
No, I appreciate you guys. I listen to the show in the morning and finish it up on the podcast on my way home at night, and I appreciate you guys.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thanks, guys.
All right, there she is. Yeah, call us, guys, if you want. We're here. 877-77-BOBBY. Why don't we do the big story?
Bobby's Big
Story.
All right, get this. A bunch of parents go to a sperm bank because they want to have kids and they weren't able to, right?
Right.
Several parents received a life-altering shock when a Georgia sperm bank accidentally released the information of their children's sperm donor. They went, and the guy said, hey, listen, here's what I am. IQ of 160, fluency in 4 languages, a doctorate in neuroscience engineering, and it kind of looked like Tom Cruise. That's what he said. And so 36 children have been born from this guy's sperm, who just sounds like genetically, man, right there.
That's gold.
But an accidental reveal of his name, it turns up, are you ready?
Ready.
He was really a 23-year-old who did not finish college, served time in prison for burglary, a 1999 diagnosis for schizophrenia for which he was hospitalized.
Interesting.
Parents of the children the man fathered are now left with fears that they may have predisposed their children to mental illness.
Wow.
How about that news?
Not good.
Oh.
So that's what he put on his paperwork, and the sperm bank's
They
just
didn't
like,
check him.
okay, there's no background
They
check?
don't even go, well, you don't look like Tom Cruise, because you could at least physically tell. Anyway, that's your big story. I thought that was pretty crazy here.
Okay, so double check everything.
I don't know how you double check that. I'm going to go over and play this voicemail from Keith Urban, who was here in the building, and then he left this.
Hey, Bobby. Yeah, man, it's Keith here. Hey, listen, I hope you're doing okay. I need a quick favor, if that's all right. I left a page of handwritten lyrics, I think in the Marathon green room. Can you take a little look around? Hit me back. Thanks, brother.
All right, there you go. So Keith Urban left some handwritten lyrics over in our green room. I guess he was just chilling.
Okay.
And so he's here doing a bunch of stuff for the ACMs because he's hosting that. And he had to record some stuff for the iHeartRadio Music Festival. But again, that sheet's over there in the Marathon green room. He doesn't need it back. So we're going to give you a chance to win this autographed handwritten lyric sheet. Plus, we got a Keith Urban merchandise package and a $100 Marathon gift card. All you have to do is go to bobbybones.com and see it right there. For more info and rules, go to bobbybones.com, keyword rules. Keith's new album, The Speed of Now Part 1, is out on Friday, September 18th. But go over to bobbybones.com if you want to win the Keith Urban lyric sheet.
That's
and
awesome.
good thing Raymundo didn't see it or he would have sold it on eBay.
That's what we used to do back in the day, then we got in trouble.
Back in the day, it was like a year ago.
It's been discontinued for a long time now.
Ray used to grab stuff from people coming in the studio to perform,
Yeah,
like a
cups.
cup, and then try to sell it on eBay.
Blake Shelton, his cup went for a lot. Kelsey Ballerini, I believe Carrie Underwood sent like a cupcake or something, and it was an autograph.
We never even got it. He just auctioned it. Ray intercepts stuff in the mail and auctions it off on eBay. All right, let's play Luke Combs, Bobby Bone Show. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll check in with the guys in a second and see how they're doing after the hypnosis last hour. All right, bye.
Bobby Bones, come on.
All right, here's a voicemail. Listen to this. This whole family all has COVID.
Morning, studio. Ugh. So my family of 6 has COVID. All of us. We have been so cautious this whole time. We didn't send our kids back to school. My husband and I worked because we have to. Like, we wear masks. We wash our hands. We do everything. This is the most frustrating thing ever. So I need some good, like, positive, upbeat news this week. See what you can find for me. Thanks.
That stinks, huh?
Yeah,
the
man.
whole family. Here's some positive news. If you missed the podcast today, you can listen to Lunchbox Be Hypnotized. Morgan, you weren't really, you were like, I check out.
Yeah, it didn't work on me when she like woke us up and she was like, "You're on a beach." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm in the studio and I can't fake this."
So Morgan was not, but Lunchbox and Abby were. You can go listen to that today. Lunchbox, how do you feel right now?
I still feel like everything's a little hazy. I'm kind of asleep. Like I could fall back asleep real quick. I could lay my head down and go back to bed. And I mean, it just feels everything. You're still kind of blurry over there.
Check out the podcast. I do have the top 5 podcasts so far of the last 30 days. Number 1 is Colin Ray performing live on the show. So good. Number 2 is the show before that when I propositioned Colin Ray to come to the studio. Number 3, I spent the weekend with my girlfriend's parents. That's that podcast. Number 4 is Will Bobby return to American Idol? Number 5 is Amy's son wants to be called something other than his name. So that's the chart right there, top 5 podcasts. Go search it out on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just search for The Bobby Bones Show. Hey, speaking of COVID, one of the symptoms that if you're like, is this COVID or the flu? Like apparently you don't lose with the flu, you don't lose your smell or taste. So if that happens and you're sick, it's probably COVID.
Right.
But they say one of the weird symptoms is that coffee smells like rotting meat. And if you love coffee, and it stays like rotting meat for like a month. Ed, did you have that at all?
No, thank goodness, because I love coffee.
But you had loss of smell and...
Yeah, I didn't smell anything, but I could taste everything. So it's so weird because you hear like different things from different people. Some have smell, some don't have smell.
Yeah. All right, let's go over and take this call.
Hey, Bobby. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on the fact that Taylor Swift's making a return to the ACMs. Think she's going to get back big into the country music scene? Just curious about your thoughts.
I think it's cool she's going to play. It's Wednesday night on CBS. I'll be there too. But yeah, Taylor's going to play, I think, her first performance in 7 years. Listen, I think it'll be cool. I think that she made a really good record, and one of the songs sounded like something that the record label thought we can push to country radio. Nice. And that's what's happened. I don't think right now she's coming back to country. Eventually she will, but she has so many good relationships here that if she has something that kind of sounds country, they've tried before with songs from like her last album. But she's going to play it on the ACMs. Maybe it sticks, maybe it doesn't. But Amy loves it.
My thoughts are, I love it. Not that he asked mine.
Okay.
I think when I asked yours.
Okay, thank you. I was just, clarifying for him. I'm obsessed. I can't wait for the next this is one country song. Let's get it a country album.
Hey, Ray, my phones are broken. Is anybody on the phone that I want to take right this second before I go to break?
Kayla in Texas.
Okay, what does she want to talk about?
It's her 11-year-old on the phone as well, or she's talking about her?
Okay, well, let's just take it and then we'll go. Then
it's about the food challenges, the food you don't like, I believe.
All right, hit it up.
All right, here we go.
What's her name?
Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Hey, good morning, Bobby Bones.
What's up?
Well, I am just following up on that food you don't like challenge because my girls, they're huge fans of your show. They're 11 and 8. And they did the challenge on Thursday night. And so we watched all day Friday. And I guess they think you work on the weekends also. They kept checking Instagram to see if you gave them a like or if you made any comments about them trying their food. But
did they tag me?
They did tag you.
I'll go over and look at it right now. We have a bunch of listeners who we all ate foods that we hated, and they also made videos. I'll play some. We have those to play coming up, right? I'll play you some of those coming up in a few minutes.
So listener videos?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
So a couple things we're going to do in a second. Yeah, hold on. Don't hang up yet. A couple things we're going to do in a second. First of all, Lunchbox watched something that's been very controversial in the news. A show that people are like, you got to pull this right now. But he watched it and goes, well, he'll give his opinion. What?
He watched that?
Cuties?
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
But it's Cuties.
It's extremely... So he's going to tell us what he thought about it, if there should be an uproar. So we'll talk about that in a second. I'll also play some of these videos here. You guys can call us as well. 877-77-BOBBY. Okay, anything else before I go like your kid's page?
No, that's it. They've just been wanting to make sure that you, acknowledge that they had done it. 'Cause they heard you say.
What's their name?
Kinley and Carly.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll through and see if I can find them. Okay, I get tagged a lot. Not a brag, but I get tagged a lot. I need to see. I need to see. All right. Hopefully, I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Bobby.
All right. Bye bye. Okay, we'll come back with Lunchbox's review next.
Hey, y'all, it's Luke Bryan, and you're listening to the Bobby Bones Show. Mr. Bobby Bones.
No matter where you're traveling.
There's a show on Netflix called Cuties. What's it about?
It's about this girl. I don't even know where she lives because it's all in French. So somewhere where they speak French.
The whole show's in subtitles?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And it's just a movie. It's not even a show. It's just a movie. I thought it was a series, but it's a movie. And this girl moves to wherever she's the new girl, and she's trying to fit in and find new friends. But
she's young, right?
She's like 11.
Okay.
She is 11. She's not like 11. She's 11.
Okay, it was like 11, 12-ish.
Her character's 11, and I think the actor is actually 11.
And so what she finds is there's a group of girls that are dancers. And she's like, man, what are they doing? And so she's trying to get in with those girls and learn how to dance so she can be cool with them. And it's pretty awkward.
Well, the hit against it is they sexualize kids.
Young.
Yes.
And then people are yelling, like members of the Senate are going, pull it down. This is what was your final thought on it?
I thought if I don't want to ruin the movie, like what it's about and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's kids dancing. If you want to sexualize it in your eyes, that's fine. Yes, they were wearing crop tops or whatever you call those things. I think that's what my wife called it. And so that's a little weird that they're dressed scantily, but they were just dancing. If you go to any cheerleading competition for these young girls, they do the same thing, but
same age,
but we have no problem with it. But just because it's in a movie, people get uncomfortable. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was a pretty darn good movie.
Even in subtitles, aside from all that, even in subtitles?
Yes.
I struggle.
You forget about the subtitles, and it was just a pretty good coming of age, like her struggle.
Coming of age.
Yeah, her struggle in life, trying to be loyal to her family and their traditions and, the new modern society. It was pretty interesting.
Amy, you were getting annoyed, it looked like.
Well, I mean, I'm personally not going to watch it because I don't want to contribute to it. I just have had a few... specifically one woman in general who is like a listener of ours. She lives in Louisiana. She's become my friend. She works in human trafficking. That's her daily job. And she works with a lot of child pornography type things, children being trafficked. She canceled her Netflix over this. And
Did she
I know
watch
that
it, though?
seems extreme. I don't know. I'm going to check in with her on it. I just saw what she was posting on Instagram, and she was completely taken aback by it. So for me personally, I'm going to hold off on watching it or really giving my opinion. But I want to just say that people that work in that world, we're just don't know enough about all of that and what it can expose and pedophiles that are out there and watching that. And so she highly suggested staying away from it.
But did she want? Because the big story is people aren't watching it and they're going, "Don't watch it."
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm reserving any information about that. Other than that, I really trust her, and I know she works in this field, and she was so passionate about it. And she's not in politics. She doesn't care about that. It's to her. It's a more of a this is her expertise.
Does she have trouble with like cheerleading competitions for 11 and 12-year-olds?
I have no idea.
The Rotten Tomato critics almost give it a 90%. They all say it's way overblown. It isn't near what the media is making it. The audience score, because they flooded it, people who haven't seen it, is at 3%.
Oh, give it a chance. It's a good movie. The storyline is good. What it is representing is good. I think people are making a big deal because they've seen pictures or just a little clip of the girls dancing, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Netflix would put this on. But if you actually watch the movie, there's meaning behind the whole story.
Listen, I ain't watching it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Just have personal taste. Because what Netflix will do then is when you watch something, they'll go, well, if you like that, you're going to, and I don't want that on my screen.
Right.
I'm trying to be cool here. Well, go ahead.
Well, quickly back to the cheerleading thing. Again, when you're not dialed into what's happening, I do have other friends in completely different fields, but they work with child development and stuff, and they don't allow their children to be in dance competitions or cheerleading competitions. And if they're in those outfits, they go to dance studios and places that fully dress the children, and that's their parenting choice. But they know the harm that can be done because, again, they work in this field, and they opt to have their children still have a cheerleading experience, but it doesn't have to be sexy because they're children. That's what I know.
Okay. All I know is I haven't seen it. People are getting upset about it. They haven't seen it. but Lunchbox watched it, and I didn't tell him to watch it.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Voluntarily?
why?
What made you
Why?
push the thumb down on the old button right there?
Because it was one of the top 10 on Netflix, and I saw these news stories about people being so upset over Cuties. I'm like, Netflix isn't dumb enough to put something that is that outrageous, so let me watch this thing. And my wife was like, yeah, let's watch it. So we watched it.
Does Netflix even have nudity in general?
I don't know.
Not that I've
I
seen,
never thought
really.
about that. Mike, do you know? Very rarely.
Yeah, I have.
Maybe men's butts, because apparently that's okay. Because even on network TV, sometimes you'll see a man's butt, and you're like, well, I guess that's okay. Hey, Morgan, let me run this by you, because you are. I think it would be good to get a perspective of someone that's not Lunchbox. Would you watch this and give us a review?
I won't watch it.
Oh, come on.
Just because I don't know enough, so I'd rather just stay out of it.
No, it's just a movie. I'm just asking you to watch the movie, not about have any opinion about what they're talking about. Because I feel like just Lunchbox's opinion, who watched it and is one that, but Amy, who hasn't seen it and has an opinion based on only her friends, I feel like you'd be a good middle ground if you just watched it and came back with it.
I will give it a try.
Okay, Lunchbox, how long does she need to watch it?
It's only an hour and a half.
Okay, let us know how far you get, Morgan.
Okay.
All right. But it's a hot item right now.
It is hot.
People are upset about it.
Yeah.
The question is Netflix allowing nudity? I'm reading an article here. I guess not. All right, let me go over and switch it up. This is Tara in Oklahoma. Hey, Tara, how are you? Thanks for calling the show.
I'm fine. How are you? Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I wanted to ask you if you could wish my granddaughter a happy birthday. Today is her 17th. And she and I really love whenever she goes to work with me on school breaks, and we have the Friday morning dance party. We really enjoy listening to your show, period, but we really love the Friday morning dance party and have a great time jamming out to it.
Oh, well, appreciate that. What's her name again?
Nana Cario. Sierra.
Sierra? All right. Hey, Nana, Tara, thank you very much. And Sierra, happy 17th birthday. You're only one away.
Yeah.
You see San Francisco is going to probably allow 16-year-olds to vote?
Yes.
Right? If you can drive and you can make decisions where you're going to kill somebody on the road or not kill somebody, you should be able to vote.
Okay. When I saw that, I was thinking, okay, my daughter is 16 in 3 years, less than 3 years. And I know she's going to mature a lot in 3 years, but there's no way that I could see her voting.
Listen, let's move the driver's age to 18 then. I think
She agrees with that, by the way.
There should be a universal adult age.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be able to go and serve our country but not have a beer. You shouldn't be able to vote, the most important thing we can do, period, and not be able to have a beer. You can driving a car. That's a huge responsibility where it's not only your life, it's other people's life. We need, and I would say 18 needs to be the age where you get to do everything. You want an old Milwaukee? Okay, you're 18.
Nobody drinks those.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
hard
tell the
times.
non-drinker
Hard times.
on the
you
show.
gotta do what you gotta do.
And even, my daughter being 13, she has the same sentiment as you. She's pretty much confused why there's all these different ages for things. She's like, why don't people just make it one age? Because she's trying to learn what happens when you're 16, what happens when you're 18, what happens when you're 21. And I was like, you should be a politician. Tell somebody that.
18 across the board. And if some of you 16-year-old weasels want to get mad at me for pushing that driver's license back, hey, suck it up. Sometimes life's hard.
Yeah, I think the hard part is when you're 18, you're still in high school. So then now you're the legal one that can buy beer for everybody. And they try to keep that. Is that why? I don't know.
Whatever. Rock and roll, baby. That's what I say. It just should be 18 for everything across the board. If you can vote, the single most important thing we can do, the thing with the most responsibility, and you can go serve our country, you should be able to buy a beer. That's it. So, yeah, San Francisco said they may allow 16-year-olds to vote. I'm okay with that because I think it furthers the conversation of what's the age. And the age is 18. Or 40, which I just turned in. And only I am able to do that. All right. Call us if you want. 877-77-BOBBY. I'll play some of these listeners who ate food they hate. And why everybody's upset with someone on this show. Most of us are upset with someone on this show, and it's going to come out in the next segment. All right, next.
Get your Bobby Bones on, yeah.
Get your Bobby Bones on.
The Bobby Bones Show.
Well, a really weird story is this Colton Underwood from The Bachelor. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was a football player, and so he's accused of stalking his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Randolph, from the show because they ended up together. They split in April. Pandemic hit, break up, but now they say Colton Underwood started acting weird. According to the restraining order that Cassie filed on Friday, he sent disturbing texts, took obsessive walks to her place. She claimed that Colton attached a GPS tracking device under her car bumper. He followed her throughout Southern California. Cassie accused him of loitering underneath her bedroom window at 2 a.m. Another time, she discovered Colton in an alley outside her parents' beach house. So it's pretty clear who ended this relationship.
Oh, my.
Wild, huh?
Yeah. What's happening now?
Well,
Is she getting a restraining order?
She did, yeah. She filed one.
Oh, gotcha.
That's all that.
That's how we know all of that. But there is a very thin line between being dedicated and being obsessive. And if she still liked him and he was underneath her window, that's cute.
Not obsessive?
That's not obsessive. That's someone who's dedicated to making this relationship work and putting in the extra effort. But also, something I've learned with crazy folks that have messed with me is that, restraining orders are great, but it's just a piece of paper. If they're so crazy, they're not going to be affected by a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this Colton, if this is true, is pretty nutty. But I would have never taken him as a nutcase. Lunchbox, what do you think about this guy? I know you're a big Bachelor guy.
Man, that's pretty sad. I thought he was a pretty calm dude, everything on TV. And when I met him and I freaked out on him, he was really nice and they seemed like a great couple.
He show up at your house under your window after that?
No, he never did that, but it does say everything I read that she initiated the breakup back in May. Like, oh yeah, it looks like she's the one that put the steps in motion. Colton, bad look, man.
It's embarrassing for him too that publicly all that's out and the restraining order.
Is this a side effect of COVID-19? He had that just before the split.
That's it. They're like, here's what you get. No smell, no taste, and you upset. It's like some of those commercials for the side effects of drugs. Drug may nausea, hunger, and also may make you gamble. And you're like, what the? How did that happen? That was a weird one.
All for restless leg syndrome or something.
It's like, so you can't feel your pinky toe at all hours. It could give you cancer. You could die of diabetes, or you could not count to the number 7 in a straight line. And you're like, well, that's severe and odd.
Yeah.
I have listeners here that have tried foods they hate, like we did on the show. I have never had peanut butter before. I hate peanut butter. So I had a spoonful of peanut butter. Amy and Eddie had olives.
Yeah.
Lunchbox had broccoli. Morgan had celery. Here you go. Here is Anna Grace from Georgia eating black licorice, which she hates.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, God. Just the smell. I'm going to take a bite of it, but I really don't know if I'll be able to swallow it. Lord help me. If Amy did it, I can do it. Oh, God, that's so gross. I only could eat half of one, but honestly, the smell of these makes me want to throw up.
Peanut butter's texture and smell made me want to throw up more than anything. So I get that. Here is Jamie. She has one of her youngest daughters eat carrots. She tries to convince her it's okay because horses love carrots and her daughter hates carrots.
Put it all in your mouth and just chew it really fast. Horses love carrots. Eat it. Keep going. Don't do. You gotta eat that now.
Am I low?
No, you have to.
You want me to eat one with you?
Horses love carrots.
Here's one more. One more. Here is ASOBBA on Instagram. Asaba. She tries to eat ketchup.
I cannot stand the smell. I cannot stand the taste. I can't stand anything about ketchup. So I'm going to put some on this and try it. All right. Here it goes. The smell of it is awful. It tastes as bad as I remember.
There you go. You know, my girlfriend's never had ketchup or mustard ever.
Crazy.
Hates it, can't smell it. If I use it, she won't put it back in the fridge. Even if she cleans up she's like, I won't touch that. Thank you guys for posting those. A lot of fun. I'll say this too. I sent Ray a text message yesterday. What did it say?
I believe it was right to the point that said, "You suck." Is that it?
That's it.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Ray promised me, and I don't gamble not anymore. Ray's like, I got a hot tip for you. The Colts are going to win by more than 8. He said, have somebody super close to the organization. And I said, are you sure? This is all on tape here on the show. He goes, no doubt about it. Ironclad, lock. And so I bet a little too much. So I sent it to Ray. He bet it. It wasn't even close. I lost the bet by the Colts didn't even win. Much less win by over 8.
So why were you believing him?
I don't know, Ray. Why did you think this?
It was a hot tip until Sunday, and then it went cold for some reason. A lot of stuff in the game. There's variables. I don't make excuses, and that's kind of what this sounds like. There were about 5 different things that happened that were like, what happened? The running back was out of the game in the second. We went for on 4th and down and missed. I mean, stuff like that, you're not going to win a bet.
So a lot of listeners were upset with Ray, too, because they listened and bet money.
Oh, no.
Here is Nate from Memphis.
I am a huge Colts fan. Ray, yeah! Oh, man. Those Colts, they lost. Dude, you never bet on the road team. What are we going to do now? How are you going to get Bobby his money back? What's the next best thing?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Give me another free hot tip?
Hey, we double down.
Here is Logan from Fresno, California.
Just wanted to pitch something. I think you guys should throw something on Facebook and have everyone comment how much money they bet on the Colts this weekend and try and add up how much Ray lost to everyone. I think that'd be fun. Love the show. Bye.
Yeah.
What was happening in your DMs on Instagram?
A lot of threats. No death threats. We didn't have to go to the police or anything like that, but a lot of people saying, and similar to what you said, that I suck. And I'm sorry I'm wrong. I can apologize, and that's really all he can do. I can't refund you your money. That's why it's called gambling.
You were just so sure.
I was sure in my living room. I bet it as well.
Eddie, watched Cowboys?
Yeah, I did.
What happened?
They lost.
Oh, I went to bed before the end.
It's rough, but, first game of the season, it's okay. I'm not, completely down on my Cowboys, but it was a hard one to watch, man.
There was no preseason, too. Remember that?
Yes.
So a lot of vanilla offenses.
Nobody in the stands. It's got to be awkward for them.
Oh, there were fans in the stands at the Colts game. The only fans who were allowed were the Jaguars. Who knew that was coming?
He's mad.
No, you shouldn't be mad. I'm mad. Did you bet on that too, Ray, or did you just tell us?
I did the exact same bet that you did.
For as much?
Yes. And I was puckered similarly in my living room, just like you.
Tom Brady lost yesterday. They played the Saints, but the Saints are really good. And he didn't play bad. He threw 2 interceptions, but he didn't play bad.
He's the oldest quarterback in the league.
Those 2 quarterbacks combined for the oldest starting quarterback duo ever. Between Breeze and Brady. Yeah.
He scored a touchdown, which he hasn't done, I don't think
rushing
ever.
Touchdown.
Yeah, that's what I heard the announcer say, that he's the oldest person to score a touchdown.
He's just the oldest person to do everything.
In general.
And he's like, but isn't he the oldest to put on a helmet? Isn't he the oldest to wear socks? Okay. Yes, he's the oldest.
Okay, fine. Okay. Whatever. I watched a little football.
Guys, hit us up. 877-77-Bobby. That's our number. Call us if you have something you want to say.
Get your Bobby Bones on.
The Bobby Bones Show.